Good evening. I am Achal Bist, faculty at Chandigarh Institute of Hotel Management, Chandigarh. Today we will discuss how to open a bakery and become a self-independent entrepreneur. Let us start with how bakery and confectionery is different from other food production departments in a hotel. In a hotel, food production is a department where the food is being produced. To facilitate easy distribution of work, food production is divided into number of sections like larder, butchery, Indian, continental, soup, etc. And bakery and confectionery is also one of the branches of food production department. Now, what is the difference between food production and other departments in the bakery and confectionery and other departments of food production? The basic difference between food production departments and the bakery and confectionery is, the first point is method of cooking. The method of cooking employed in food production departments is more than one. That is, in Indian section you will find that people are using cooking, people are using roasting, frying, braising, poaching, boiling and many more methods to cook the food. But in bakery and confectionery, the only method used is baking. The other difference between the bakery and other departments of kitchen is that in kitchen, alterations in the product can be done at any stage of cooking. For example, in Indian kitchen, if you forgot to put salt in the lentils, you can add it even after it is cooked. But in bakery and confectionery, it is not so. Once the product goes inside the oven, no change or alternation can be done to the bakery product. For example, if we forgot to put salt in bread, we cannot add salt in the bread when it is inside the oven. Salt will not only change the flavor of the bread, but it will also change its taste, texture, appearance and color of the product. Thus, we come to the conclusion that bakery and confectionery is not only an art, but it is also science, as it requires thorough knowledge of raw material, how they are manufactured, how they react, and how they affect the quality of product at the time of baking. Now, the second question which comes to our mind is, what is bakery and confectionery? Are these two terms same and carry the same meaning? What comes in your mind when you think of bakery and confectionery? Breads, biscuits, patties, cakes, pastries. Yes, you name them, and there are a number of products which come under bakery and confectionery. But have you ever wondered that when you go in the market, you will find the word confectionery written on the top of the small shops? Why he writes the word confectionery? What is the meaning of confectionery? There are two different words, confectionery, CONFECTIONARY and CONFECTIONERY. The word confectionery, the first word, that is CONFECTIONARY, stands for a shop which sells sweets, which are sweet in nature like toffees, chocolates, biscuits and many things. Whereas the word confectionery, CONFECTIONERY, refers to the sweet itself, that includes toffees, halwas, chocolates, etc. But in technical terms, when we talk in technical terms, the products which are aerated with the help of yeast comes under the category of bakery. Those products which have yeast in them come under the category of bakery, like breads. And the base material of these products is refined flour. Now, what is yeast? Yeast is basically a leavening agent, that is, it gives aeration to the product. We will discuss about yeast in detail in later stages, but for the time being, you should know that all the products which have got yeast in it comes under the category of bakery. Now, but in confectionery, there is no use of yeast and they can be aerated with many other methods like creaming, whisking, adding chemicals like sodium bicarbonate and baking powder, etc. And the base material for these products can be flour, sugar, chocolate, etc. Another major difference between bakery and confectionery is that all the products made in bakery are baked in oven, whereas the products made in confectionery can be baked or set with the help of any setting material like gelatin, corn flour, etc. Now, when we have discussed for the difference between bakery and confectionery, we can conclude with their definitions. In simple terms, we can say a bakery or a baker shop is an establishment that produces and sells products made of refined flour with the use of yeast, and the products are baked in the oven. And confectionery basically refers to the product made without the use of yeast, and they can be baked or set. They might include base material as refined flour, sugar or chocolate, etc. Now the question arises, what is baking and why the products are being baked in the oven? Now it is a common question, what is baking basically? There are a number of methods like roasting, frying, we have discussed. Now why only baking of the products is done in bakery? What is baking basically? Baking is cooking of aerated products by the application of dry heat or hot air circulated around the product in a closed chamber called oven. Only products which contain rising agents or products that are leavened, that is aerated, only can be baked. Those products which do not have leavening agent in them are not called bakery items. For example, if we cook chicken in the oven, it is called roasting, but it is not a bakery item, though it can be cooked in oven also. The cooking of non-aerated products does not cover under bakery and confectionery. For example, the bread which is aerated with the addition of yeast can be baked in an oven and its volume can be retained in the oven. But if other method of cooking is applying like roasting, frying, etc., it will not be able to retain its volume and can get deflated and get flat. That is why the products which are aerated, and to make them retain their volume, they are baked in the oven. So you are now aware of the fact that baking is basically cooking in the oven those products which are leavened with the help of yeast or any other chemicals like baking powder, baking soda, and to retain their volume, they are being baked in the oven. Now the most important question comes to our mind, why only refined flour? We have talked about refined flour, using refined flour. Now our parents basically say don't use refined flour. Don't eat refined flour. The products made of refined flour are not good for our health. They are not good for digestion because they are not good for digestion. Now pizzas, we talk of pizzas, patties, pastries, all these things are made out of refined flour. Why only refined flour? Why we don't use other type of flour? Why don't we go for corn flour, soya flour, which are so good in vitamins and nutrients, vitamins and minerals? Why only refined flour? The only important thing here is to know that refined flour has got maximum quantity of gluten. That is why refined flour is used, because it helps to retain the air in the product. Okay? Gluten is the protein present in refined flour, which is maximum found in refined flour and not in any other types of flour. Like soya flour, corn flour, they do not have that quantity of gluten as is present in refined flour. Now let us discuss now from where does the refined flour come? Refined flour comes from wheat. So why don't we use wheat for making out our products? Why we go only for refined flour? Why don't we use whole atta? Wheat, we all know, in other words we say whole wheat flour. Why not we use atta for making of bakery products? Why we use only refined flour? So we have to look after the composition of wheat. Composition of wheat, basically wheat consists of three main parts: bran, endosperm and germ. Bran, the quantity of bran is 14 to 14.5% in wheat. Endosperm is around 83%. Germ is around 2.5%. Now what is bran? Bran coating consists of approximately 13% of wheat grain. The bran consists of large amount of vitamins and minerals. The maximum quantity of vitamins and minerals in wheat is present in bran, but it is removed during milling process. Why? Because the sharp edges of bran cuts down the bread cell wall and cuts the gluten, because of which the gas retention power is reduced and ultimately reduce the volume of the product. Thus, the removal of bran is necessary for making refined flour. If we use bran, it will cut down the gluten. It will cut down the gluten, and gluten will not be able to retain the air in the product. That is why we don't use bran for making of the products in bakery. Now the second part is germ. Germ is a part of wheat from which the wheat germinates. The germ has got maximum quantity of oil, but we do not use the portion of germ also, because if we use the portion of germ, it will reduce the shelf life of the product, and product will not be able to store for a longer time. The third part is endosperm. It is the part from which the refined flour is milled out. It is that part from which actually the refined flour is taken out. We do not use bran, we do not use germ. We are using only the part which is endosperm. That is the middle part of the wheat, and it is about 85% of the wheat, and it largely consists of starch cells. It also contains protein, oil, sugar, minerals, moisture, etc. And it contains very small amount of cellulose. So basically we come to the conclusion that bran cuts the gluten, so it is discarded. Germ has got the oil part in it, which reduces the shelf life of the wheat, so it is also discarded. The only part which is used is endosperm, which is used for producing various products in bakery. Now we have taken out bran, so maximum quantity of vitamins and minerals is being taken out. We have removed germ, which has got oil, which again has nutritive value, which is also taken out. So we are only left with endosperm, which does not have much of nutritive value. That is why refined flour is not good for health. But if we use the products which are made of whole wheat flour, then then the bakery products are very nutritive. But we cannot use whole wheat flour because we will not get the volume as we can get through use of refined flour.